All right, thank you so much for joining us. We're going into this entire Shamshera global sort of press conference, something that we've never ever done, and somebody who we've had the advantage of meeting 5 minutes before. Ranbir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, always a pleasure.
Vaani, so good to see you.
Thank you.
You look so fantastic in this outfit. Actually, both of you are looking fabulous. And it's not at all because of you all, it's because of you, Karan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Our stylist?
100%.
Yes.
I'm the stylist, yes.
Apparently it seems, before I introduce our esteemed panel of, all our interviewees and everyone, you have said dark colors, is it?
Yes, I have. And I've also finalized the silhouette.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I have.
And the reason for that being?
Control freak.
Yeah, correct. It starts with that. But I think every film needs its own representation.
Right.
So it's just the energy of that.
I'm so glad I wore black and I didn't choose another color. We're going to go to...
And, just to add to that,
Yeah.
actors always like to be told what to do, so it's very nice that you are taking in charge, so thank you for that.
Welcome.
So I'm going to actually give charge once in a while to you all, then bring it back to me also. Manoj, we're going to come to you first. Love the lamp right next to you. The stage is yours. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi Manoj.
Aapka mic mute hai, Manoj.
Yeah, it's on mute.
Manoj, your
We're
mic's
still on mute.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, now we can.
Right, awesome. Good start. The first thing I want to know is, RK, you're looking larger than life, and I know Australia holds a place in your heart because you shot your first movie here, and Vaani, you're looking mesmerizing in the trailer. Your chemistry in the songs with RK is next level. But my question to RK is, what legacy do you want your kids to hold on to, and why? And what legacy you are holding of your father? Because this movie, you are kind of living the legacy of your father, right?
Wow, deep question. Of course, I'm extremely proud of the legacy that my father's left behind. Not only my father, everybody in my family. But I think when I started acting, the legacy that I wanted to leave behind for my children was something that naturally came from me, that wasn't borrowed, that wasn't inspired by anybody. So that is important. Legacy should be individualistic. Legacy should be something that you create on your own. And I hope that my kids are proud of the legacy I leave behind. Like I am proud of my father or my forefathers, and my mother. And I hope that that whatever my kids do in life, if it's relating to movies or if it's anything else, I'm sure I'll be proud of them.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thanks, Manoj. Right, Amandeep, good to see you. Can we just give the stage over to you? Then you can go ahead and ask whoever you want to ask.
And
He's also on
unmute.
mute.
Yes, there we go.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good day, India.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yes. Yes. May I ask director and Ranbir ji questions?
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so for director Camaraderie ji, there is a hype out there that your film Shamshera is a celebration of good content and could be the future of cinema. Could you share with us why?
Because it is not good content, it's great content, I feel. We're very proud of the film we made, we're very excited about it. And I honestly cannot wait to share it with the world. Can't wait for the 22nd of July. That's one. Second is I feel somewhere we had slightly diverted from this kind of cinema in our lifestyle. Because I think a film like Shamshera or the other films that I have been inspired by, whether it was Subhash Ghai cinema, whether Rajkumar Santoshi's, whether Mukul Anand's, I think they are a part of our culture. It's our cinematic culture, and I feel somewhere I hope that I have lived up to my learnings through those films, and I hope they have transpired in Shamshera. And in the future, we don't kind of think of these films as a trend. I hope they become a permanent fixture in our viewing experience throughout the year. Which is why I feel Shamshera should be the future. And it's not only about Shamshera, I think films like Shamshera should be the future of a cinema because they are always going to be a cinematic experience. Shamshera cannot be experienced on a television screen, it cannot be experienced on a phone. It is for the cinemas where you leave your world behind and experience a completely new one, an aspirational one. Which is why I feel Shamshera should be the future.
Thank you so much for your insights.
Sure.
Now, Ranbir,
Yeah.
besides playing the main lead
you insisted to play your father's or the father's role also. I'm going to optimize my question now into 3 small parts. First question is, was it challenging? And second, which one was more gratifying? And third, were you able to draw some inspiration from your father, the great Mr. Rishi Kapoor, for the role?
To answer your first question, it was extremely challenging. It was extremely hard, mentally, physically, and emotionally for me to play a film, to play both the characters in a film like Shamshera. What was more gratifying? I think the experience to play both characters and make them different, make them individualistic, make them, even though they're father and son, even though they're fighting for the same cause, still to play them as 2 different people was extremely challenging and very gratifying for me as an actor. And to answer your third question, I think more than just taking inspiration from my father for the creative side of this film, I take inspiration from my father and the learning that to be part of films that a large number of audience can enjoy. The multi-genre films which reach out to the masses, which reach out to a lot of people. Mostly the kind of films I've done have been very city-centric films, have been films where the villain is myself. It's always inner conflict that I am trying to fight. So for the first time, I have a very strong villain opposite me, and that's Mr. Sanjay Dutt. And to play a larger-than-life character or characters in a film like Shamshera has been really awesome, and I took that inspiration from my father. A little too late after 15 years in my career, but better late than never.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amandeep.
Thank you, Amandeep.
I'm actually going to throw one to you as well. What Karan was saying is that, we sort of, in our minds, may have moved away from our roots. I've been traveling India, meeting various stars from all across India for various bits. That was a common question. Which audiences were we dealing with? We faced a bit of a crisis, and there's no 2 ways about it. If the Indian cricket team is facing a crisis, so are we. We faced a bit of a crisis. They've actually been away for about many years now. Him as a director, him as an actor as well. You've actually been in the circuit, your films have been coming out, you've noticed that. Have you noticed a bit of a difference with the people that watch your film and the comments that they've had in the last 2-3 years? Have they changed a bit?
So, it's not like I've done too many films. I have also been extremely selective of the kind of films I want to attach myself to. Ironically, the busiest time for me in my career was the COVID time, and everybody was literally on a natural pause. But I think even my films, they have not perhaps been made to cater to a larger audience. It's also been like how he said, like a city-centric or a certain niche kind of, like Chandigarh Kare Aashiki. It found its own audience, but it's not for the masses.
And brilliant job there, by the way.
Thank you.
It takes guts to do roles like that.
Thank you. Yeah. And I have to give the credit to Gattu, because not too many filmmakers feel confident to navigate a subject like that and make it so aesthetically and sensibly. So the credit goes to the filmmaker there. But yes, so having said that, my films have been very audience restricted, or audience, not a mass-centric audience, let's put it that way. So for me, this also is a very new experience. It's refreshing for me to be in a very quintessential Hindi heroine format. I've also discovered and learned something new, explored something new, and to associate myself to a film like that with the vision that Karan has, he's tremendously creative. And his portrayal of every character, not just Balli and Shamshera played by Ranbir or Shud Singh played by Sanjay Dutt, every character in the film has been very in-depth, been properly detailed and kind of embellished to bring each and every soul come to life. So for me, that's been a very interesting a process, and I've just loved the experience of it.
And so stylized, all his characters are so stylized.
Yes.
You're one of those directors that every actor will give an arm for. All right, we're going to run into Radio Hanji. Puneet, it's your turn, buddy. Take it away.
Puneet, unmute yourself.
First, you got to unmute yourself, buddy.
Everybody is on mute.
Love the backdrop, first of all.
Is that Sholay?
Hi, RK, VK, and Karan. How are you?
Hi.
Good, how are you?
Hi, Puneet.
Perfectly fine. So,
पहले पुनीत एक सेकंड पहले आपका ये बैकग्राउंड क्या है? ये बहुत ही खूबसूरत बैकग्राउंड है. What is this?
I love Samba, man. See Samba.
You know,
Samba.
जब भी मैंने Zoom
Left
पे
में
live
नीचे वाला.
जाना होता है, so I just search on Google Bollywood illustrations. So then those
अच्छा.
are
Jay Viru.
बहुत बढ़िया है,
yeah.
बहुत बढ़िया है.
Gabbar.
Right, please go ahead.
Asrani, jailer.
So intriguing.
So yeah, Karan, because you know it's a big film, multi-starrer film. So how do you make sure कि जितने भी character हैं वो audience से connect कर पाएं? Like while scripting, filming, in filmmaking का जो भी project होता है, जो भी aspects है, उसमें how do you make sure कि ये जितने भी characters हैं, they'll connect to the audience?
So yeah, Puneet, I think it's got nothing to do with matlab, whatever question and the answer it has got nothing to do with being a multi-starrer. I think it starts with the core of the writing process. Because when Ekta and I started writing the script, our first primary job, because it's a world creation film, because it's a period film, because it's a fictitious story, our primary job is for everything to be as convincing as possible. Because it's very possible that the audiences would have not seen such a world in reality, but when they experience the film, they should believe in it. So it's important for us not only to have our characters convincing, but the world, the atmosphere, the dialogues, the costumes, everything has to be convincing. The formation of the scenes, the way we structure them, the action has to be convincing, aspirational, believable. So I think the process starts at the writing, and once we have achieved that believability on paper, it automatically starts translating into everything else or every aspect of the film. And I would like to say that I was very fortunate to have the actors I had for the film, because they literally owned up to all their characters and stuck to what was written on paper and only made it shine even more than what it was. So I think it all starts from the writing and it stops there.
जी. So Vaani, because आपके जितने भी पहले किरदार थे, चाहे वो मानवी हो, चाहे वो तारा या फिर नैना, so those characters are like lively and bubbly characters. So this is Sona. It's a powerful character. So इस character से सोना से like did you take anything, कुछ qualities अपने life में आप लेकर आए सोना से?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, every character that I've played, I feel like it becomes an extension to me because it's stemming somewhere from within. So I try to incorporate something new in me and see myself in a newer way and learn to express myself in a new way. So yeah, I would say that of course there's this relation that you have a bond, no, with every character you play because it's you at the end of the day emoting it. But like I said, like, you know, Shaira in Befikre was nothing like me, and I had a very hard time pulling her off in the first half of the bit where I had to actually go and pick up a boy at a bar. Never ever imagined. The first time I did that, actually, Adi was like, "Is this how you suck at flirting? Please never flirt with anybody. They will reject you. So maybe just zip it and just show up with a good smile, and you'll still have a chance." So the thing is that you grow and you evolve and you try to like find different aspects to your personality that perhaps have not been discovered yet, and that is what I try to do. Marry, you know, with the vision of my director here, who had a very how do I say, a very well-defined idea of Sona, my character in the film, and I just followed his brief and I blindly like understood exactly what he wanted. You know, got the tone to the character, and I mean, she's lively, but yeah, she's not a bubbly character. I don't think I term her bubbly. So yeah, there you'd get to see something refreshing in this one.
Yeah. So can I ask question to RK as well?
Yes, of course, Puneet.
Ji, Ranbir, so because you know, after 4 years you are coming to big screens, big cinema, no? 2022 seems it's your year, no? You got married, now father, और दो बड़ी फिल्में. So you took a 4 years break, और वानी ने 2016 के बाद 2019 में आई, so 3 साल का break. Karan took a break for 7 years. So why do you think it's important
chilling
for
in
artists?
life?
Unemployed.
We are unemployed, guys.
No,
So why do you think it's important to take a break?
So, Puneet, I don't think I was on a break. You know, if you take out
Just
the
the
years where
opposite.
we were hit by COVID, which took a kind of a year and a half from our lives, my father was very unwell the whole of 2019, say 2020 when we lost him. So there was a lot of time that it was spent, you know, with him in America for his treatment. And both the films I did, Shamshera and Brahmastra, I think collectively I must have shot for 350 odd days. So I was busy working, you know, it's not that I was sitting at home or just being lazy about it. Having said that, I think it's very important for any person, not just in the field of arts, you know, to sometimes take a break, to travel, to rejuvenate. You know, you come back rejuvenated and you can focus more on your work. You know, go out there, be around nature, you know, go on shopping sprees, go on, you know, probably on a road trip. You know, it's very important to do that, to live your life a bit. we get so stuck on this journey of achieving and greed that we forget what life is about. But these last 4 years haven't really been a break for me. I hope to take a break sometime soon, especially at the birth of my child. I hope I can take a long what do you say, parental
maternity
paternity leave.
Paternity leave.
23 mein wo aayega.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, Puneet. Thank you.
So,
we
just one
Go ahead.
just compliment because जो गाना है जी हजूर, so I'm just like was thinking कि जो step है जो आप knees नीचे जमीन पे रगड़ते हैं, so I hope your knees are really well.
अब मैं क्या बोलूं,
hard step to do.
तूने बहुत सही क्वेश्चन पूछा है, क्योंकि मतलब मेरी पूरी जो बॉडी है इतनी रगड़ गई थी वो गाना करके. तपतपाती धूप में धूल मट्टी ऐसे डांस स्टेप्स थे. इट वाज मोर लाइक एन एक्शन सॉन्ग. इतने स्टंट्स भी थे गाने में. सो इट वाज अ वेरी वेरी चैलेंजिंग सॉन्ग फॉर मी, बट इट वाज ब्यूटिफुली कोरियोग्राफ्ड बाय चिनी प्रकाश. इट वाज ब्यूटिफुली इमेजिन्ड बाय करण. सो वेरी हैप्पी टू पुट दैट आउट ऑन द बिग स्क्रीन.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Puneet. People underestimate how much time away also you need from the audience because of social media.
100%.
Non-stop if you're available. And this is, I must tell you, he is on social media. It just doesn't, you just don't know the handles. Ranbir spy karte har kisi par. Does that still continue, brother?
Absolutely. There are many favorite things in my life, like football, films, a lot of actors, a lot of things about movies. And I think social media is a new tool of, like a newspaper. You really know what's happening around the world, things that you're interested in, you can find out. But as an actor, to come officially on social media gives me another responsibility which I'm not ready to take. So never say never. But right now, I'm happy not being away from social media.
He's on there, but he's not really on there. Shri Hari ji, Me TV Australia, please.
Unmute. No?
आप पहले unmute कर दीजिए sir. Yeah. No, now it's happened again. एक और बार.
It's still mute.
नहीं, अभी तक mute है sir.
हो गया.
Done.
Okay. Hi. I have a question to Ranbir.
Yes, sir.
Ranbir, how challenging is this role in Shamshera compared to all other movies you did previously? And the other question I have parallel to this, is what attracts you more to do a film when you listen to, in generally when you listen to a story, what exactly attracts you to do a movie in general?
So yes, sir, to answer your first question, Shamshera was extremely challenging. It was the most challenging part I've played. And the second part of your question, the answer to that would be, I think it's instinct. When you hear a story, you have to connect with the story. You have to connect with the vision of the film. You also have to know your country well. You have to know your audience. Who you're making this film for. What is the budget of the film? I think it's a big learning for me that filmmaking is not really only a personal process. It's a process that you make for people. We often believe that we are changing the world or we are like some superhumans, but we are just entertaining people. And as long as you understand that, as long as you understand who you're making for and your audiences, I think that's such an important lesson for all of us to learn. But my selecting process is just instinct. I don't think too much. The minute I heard Shamshera's narration, it was there and there that I agreed to do it. And I think another factor what's very important is at what timing in your life you've got the offer. Sometimes you're very busy and you miss out on a great project even after listening to it because you don't have the headspace for it. And sometimes you sign on something because you're free, and you just want to work. So I think it's all different factors.
Sometimes money also. I mean, if you get offered a lot of money, maybe you'll say yes.
Well, I haven't done a movie for money yet.
All right. Thank you, sir. Australia Today, Mr. Jay Bhardwaj, please go ahead.
Hi there.
Hello, sir.
My question, are we the bad boy among the friends in Australia and New Zealand? So I'll say we go to Karan. Karan, after the trailer, a lot of controversies have come up regarding your characters in the movie. How do you see this? Or it has become necessary for a film to get those kind of vibes among the audience?
So I don't think it is necessary for a film to have those vibes, but I think in today's times, the times we live in because of social media and everything, it has become impossible to stay away from kind of controversies that happen around. They are unavoidable, I feel. But having said that, we all have to take them in the right spirit, because Shamshera is not a film that is a film based on a true story. It's not a social cause film. It's a classic Hindi cinema experience which you have to come to theatres and enjoy, have a blast, feel all the emotions that you would otherwise want to feel or express and you cannot in your real life. And my mic has fallen. 1 minute.
We'll let it hang. I mean,
Mic drop.
you want to put it
Mic
niche,
drop.
piche?
So I think that is what Shamshera is and Shamshera's world is. I'm not trying to make a social statement or a political statement with my film. It is not made for people who are looking for controversies. It's made for audiences who are ticket-buying audiences who come to celebrate cinema. You know, for those 2.5 hours, come, enjoy, have a blast, and go back to their houses and get 10 more people to watch the film again. So that's about it, to be honest with you. And that's how simple my agenda is. And I think all of us are in the same boat as far as Shamshera is concerned.
Is there a message you want to give to those people who are just writing on Twitter or any other social media platform?
So I don't think I'm qualified to give any message on social media, because I'm not myself very active on social media. I don't understand the animal very well. I just know how to make films, and I hope that I just can continue doing that. That's it.
Things work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And another question for Vaani.
Okay.
Vaani, is this movie, as the name says, is Shamshera, all about Shamshera, and as we have seen in trailers also. So where does this Sona fit in all that action, thrill, and whatever the movie is all about?
You're correct. The film is addressed as Shamshera. It is about Shamshera being the pivotal character, but there are other characters also who are kind of playing a support system to the a man's journey in the film. And I feel like Karan's very nicely embellished and detailed other characters around this character. And I believe like it has its own pivotal part to play. She has a very different personality. Like as you get into the skin of a character, you know, from beginning to the end, you'll see a major transformation happening. There's only very limited that one can speak from the trailer and the song that has come out. So I'm also not at the, I don't have the bandwidth to speak a lot on it yet. But she is again somebody who's who comes through her own evolution, and there's an entire different storyline when it comes to her own storyline in the film. And I believe it's something new that I have tried. Completely been directed, under Karan's vision and his supervision, and the way he has addressed Sona has been very different from every other director who's directed me in the past.
Fantastic. My last one to Ranbir. Ranbir, is there a light moment in the movie? Is there a moment which will bring laughter or a smile in the movie, or we will see the action-packed scenes there?
No, sir. This film is full of laughter. It's full of enjoyable thrills also. Balli, this is the character I play in the film, is a good-for-nothing goofball who doesn't know where he's going, what he wants from his life. And I think he's a very enjoyable character. He is extremely irreverent. And lots of fun. Like he's a super fun character. I'm sure you're going to laugh at him and with him.
And also should sing. I think there's something very peculiarly, I think, very wicked about him, which is also laughable actually. So you enjoy him and you're afraid of him. That's
So अभी तो सिर्फ 2 मिनट का ट्रेलर हुआ है सर, पिक्चर अभी बहुत बाकी है. So and also we'll switch to some other journals that are waiting for us as well. Thank you so much, Jay ji. Also we'll just stick to maybe 1 or 2 questions so that I can just sort of cover everyone. Preeti, we'll come to you. Please go ahead.
mute.
You got to unmute first, yeah. how you just
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
Preeti. Hello.
Preeti. Hi.
Thank you. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Thank you. आपके लिए दो प्रश्न हैं, एक अंग्रेजी में, एक हिंदी में. आरके, आपके लिए पहला प्रश्न है कि कहा जा रहा है कि शमशेरा अब तक की सबसे महंगी हिंदी फिल्म हो सकती है और आप इसमें मेन रोल बल्कि डबल रोल निभा रहे हैं. तो बॉक्स ऑफिस पर सफलता के लिए आप पर उम्मीदों का कितना दबाव है और आप इस प्रेशर को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं?
प्रीति जी, कोई प्रेशर नहीं है. हमने बहुत मेहनत और प्यार से बनाई है ये फिल्म. जहां आपका जो पहला सवाल था कि ये फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की सबसे महंगी फिल्म है, ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है. हमने ये फिल्म बहुत 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 बड़े स्केल पर बनाई है, बट वेरी इफेक्टिवली बनाई है, वेरी एफिशिएंटली भी बनाई है. तो महंगी पिक्चर है, लेकिन ये कुछ इंडस्ट्री की सबसे महंगी पिक्चर नहीं है. जहां जिम्मेदारी का सवाल है, ऑफ कोर्स हर फिल्म में आपके ऊपर कुछ जिम्मेदारी होती है कि आप एक अच्छी फिल्म दर्शकों के लिए लाओ, उनको एंटरटेन करो, एंगेज करो. एंड आई थिंक वही हमारा जॉब होता है एज एन एक्टर. बाकी नोबडी हैज़ द फॉर्मूला ऑफ सक्सेस. अगर वो होता तो सब यहाँ अंबानीज होते हैं. बट सो वी मेड द फिल्म विद अ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क, लॉट ऑफ हार्ट. It's made for a large audience. It's your big ticket action extravaganza with an array of emotions. You know, there is thrills, there is romance, there is comedy, there is action. तो आपको full package, मतलब सब कुछ मिलेगा एक ही फिल्म में. Yeah, so ऐसा कुछ responsibility या कुछ जिम्मेदारी अपने कंधे पर ऐसे बोझ नहीं लिया है मैंने.
That's great, Arvind. We are looking forward to it. And my next question is for both Vaani and Ranbir ji. Vaani, I believe you've learned Kathak for your role, and Ranbir, you've invested in building some solid muscles. Is this because of a directive from filmmakers, or is it something you do on your own accord as preparation for this role? And the second part of my question is, can you please share your experience of learning an Indian classical dance, Vaani? And RK, please tell us how you acquired your 6-pack or 12-pack.
Would you like to show them?
No, it's not. It's non-existent. But man, yeah, I feel every character comes with its physical requirements. Shamshera is a film which is set in the 1800s. He's a character who eventually has to stand up to an antagonist of Sanjay Dutt's caliber and his persona and his personality. Of course, he's also a young boy who's grown up in the prison. So it's not that I had to achieve a beach body as such. I just had to look tough so I could stand up against the forces of evil. It's very hard for me, as me and him have been discussing over the years. Even to play Sanju in the biopic Sanju, I had to transform into so many phases, which really take a toll on your health. But you know, when you're inspired by a film, by a character, it very naturally happens. Of course, it's double the work because you have to focus on the acting part and you have to focus on being an athlete. So it's a 2-in-1 job nowadays. You know, everybody has to be fit. It's a visual medium,
yeah.
so it's like an occupational hazard. But you enjoy it, you know, you enjoy it if you do it for a character and you do it for a part, so that when the audience sees it, there is no disconnect. They have a sense of believability to, you know, me standing up to a person like Sanjay Dutt. Over to you.
So, luckily, ma'am, I had learned Kathak. I had an idea of what the dance form is in school. You know, I think approximately 10 years of my life during my school days, I did learn Kathak in the school. So my bases were pretty much set, but yes, because I had not visited that classical form of dance ever after my school days, I think there was a big lull phase where you tend to like, but I think you have a memory and muscle memory works, and that kind of takes place when you revisit that, be it any form of dance. So I think that, but it did help me build the basis. And then Brinda ma'am has done a phenomenal work of choreography in that the song, which is not out yet, where it's a legit proper dance sequence that takes place. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I'm Desi at heart. It's in our DNA. I think we grew up watching and looking at all these dance forms, and it also, I think you can say that a lot of Bollywood style of dancing is also incorporated. Yeah.
Yeah, and can I say that you were an amazing dancer in Befikre? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Preeti.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti.
You've actually acted with everyone with fantastic bodies in every film.
Yeah,
You don't know what being out of shape is, man. Including yourself.
I guess because her body is like so perfect, everybody has to be
I
on
think
their toes.
I have to work harder because then my co-actors look like this.
But she is a fitness freak.
Yeah, she is.
Like
not,
her
of course.
diet, her workouts. You know, she's doing like 14-hour days. She makes sure that at least she fits in a 30-minute workout session, and that's
Which is
admirable.
a great thing, by the way.
Yeah, but
Big
that
thumbs
also
up.
because I know that I suffer from PCOS and I have
is
my
that?
metabolism is not. It's
What's PCOS?
ovary. It's something to do
Okay.
with your hormonal
You don't have to
imbalance.
indulge in
Yeah, like elaborate on your issues. But no, apart from that, also I think your metabolism doesn't stay over 20-year-old for the rest of your life, and then you have to catch up. And I think it's nicer to just be disciplined.
So we're just jealous. So that's what she's talking about.
I'm very happy that
I would
you're
love
envious.
to. Yeah. Okay. Radio Tarana. Hemanji, over to you. पहले unmute कर लीजिए सर.
Unmute.
I think we are muted.
No.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
Hemant.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so big thank you to Karan Malhotra ji who gave us a fantastic interview out of
Yes.
the car when he was driving the other day. So thank you for that.
Not at all.
First question is to Vaani ji. Vaani, working with the co-stars and especially the shooting of Fitun was phenomenal. You know, it's even underwater. So इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
जी बहुत ही खूबसूरत लोकेशंस पे गए और जो विजन था जो स्टोरी बोर्ड पे करण हैड यू नो मेड अ होल सीक्वेंस ऑफ कि हम वेयर डिड यू देयर यू sorry I think it just
Shifting. He's shifted to the just below you.
I think what happened to Hemant sir. Anyway, so no, it was beautiful. I think आपने जैसे देखा है, हम सबने देखा है, एक locations थी, mood board बना था song का पूरा, जहाँ पे well crafted, created जो characters की sequences हैं, are very dreamy. And बहुत मेहनत डाली है करण मल्होत्रा ने, because he's the one he's not only envisioned the song, but he's also co-written the lyrics. Written the lyrics. I'm sorry, my bad. No, he's written the lyrics.
It's okay.
So I think it's all him, and we've just literally followed his brief and we followed his vision, but everything has been envisaged by him. So the whole
Actually, big applause because it
the
looks
whole
fabulous.
credit. Yeah. So even when I see the song, even though I'm part of the song, but when I look at it as an audience, I also get mesmerized. It's that beautifully shot. Yeah.
Thank you, fantastic. Now, Ranbir ji, 2007, 15 years ago, when you won your first award, we met in Yash Raj Studios, and now it's a privilege to see your progress and to talk to you again for this interview. Australia, New Zealand और Fiji में काफी सारे लोग ये इंटरव्यू देखेंगे, तो इस फिल्म का कोई सीन, मेमोरेबल मोमेंट या कोई इंसिडेंट हो जो हम फिल्मी पर्दे पर देखें जो आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे कि देखने लायक होगा या आपको यादगार रहेगा?
Well, sir, ऐसे तो बहुत है, but if I have to say one, there is a action sequence on a train which was designed like a one shot, which was very challenging, which was very exciting, and finally when we see the result on the big screen, it is something which I had goosebumps. You know, it was something which was just out of this world. It was such a fantastic experience for me to see me in that sequence, the way it was designed and choreographed. So look out for that, the train action robbery sequence.
Thank you, Hemanji. Thank you. We'll stick to one if we can. All others are anyway noting down what the others are saying. This is all like one big video you all will get anyway. Deepa, will come to you for the next round. Yes.
Unmute.
Not yet, not yet.
I should actually say Deepa will come to you. Boom.
Yes,
There you go.
yes, there you are.
Please.
Well, hi, I'm Deepa Tani from Biscuit Showtime. Thank you so much for your time today, and a big congratulations to the team of Shamshera.
Thank you.
Guys, it's releasing on 22nd of July 2022. 2.5 years ka VFX ka dam raha hai is movie mein, so we are definitely looking forward to it. Talking about, you know, characters, script, I have a quick question for Ranbir. I mean, you've had Sanju Baba's poster in your room since you were a child, and then portraying him as himself in Sanju, and then now fighting him as your nemesis in the movie. Tell us about the whole camaraderie, you know, how was the entire feel on the show, you know, on the set, and how did you enjoy every day doing the same with your fanboy moment and being the character too?
It was exactly like that. I'm sure when you grew up loving Sanjay Dutt,
We all started working out because of him.
Yeah, you know, his hairstyles, the way he used to dress, his attitude, he had that bad boy image, but at the same time you wanted to love him. And I think what the perception I had of Sanjay Dutt as a child, it's exactly the same even now. You know, he's still that guy, he's still very mischievous, but at the same time he's very loving. He's like a large teddy bear. You know, he's always very caring and loving, not just towards me, but to everybody on set. And I guess that's why he is who he is, the kind of longevity he has in his career, the kind of love that he has, the kind of respect that he has is because of the individual that he is. I'm very grateful that I have a person like him in my life who guides me, who inspires me, who reprimands me, and also you know, pats me on my back when I'm doing well. But the experience was quite you know, out of this world. You know, I'll always cherish this experience because many heroes don't get the opportunity to have an antagonist like Sanjay Dutt. There is no greater antagonist in the Indian film industry as powerful as Sanjay Dutt.
That's amazing and well encapsulated. We are definitely looking forward to you as Shamshera and Bali in the movie. If I may ask, can I ask Vaani also?
Really quick one. Really quick one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I'll keep it super duper simple. Karan has scripted you as a seductive temptress, Sona. You know, and you are there giving us your dance and mesmerizing moves. Vaani, did you do any homework for any action moves? क्या हम आपको action में देखेंगे?
My action's limited to horse riding. Is that valid?
Okay.
Not true, you've done action in the climax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually I did.
You
a
forgot.
Bit of it.
But it's a climax, you can't reveal that.
Okay,
Don't reveal that.
Let me put it that. Yeah, so I don't want to reveal anything, but I mean, clearly it's not as intensive
That was
as
intentional.
a Ranbir. Yeah, see, I'm just such a great actor. I know exactly when to forget things conveniently.
And having said that, Fitur is no less than an action sequence.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could put it that way. But it's not as intense as Ranbir's character or Sanjay Dutt sir has.
We'll do a Bruce Lee film with then lots more action. Something like that. Thank you, Deepak.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Raji, can we have yes, up next.
Unmute.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, thank you.
Raj.
Yeah, good afternoon and good evening from Auckland, New Zealand.
What time is it? 11 in the morning?
It's 10 past 11.
10 past 11.
10 minutes रात की
And what's the season right now in New Zealand?
Oh,
it's cold, huh?
it's winter. Cold.
So यहाँ पे भी 16 degrees है, AC on है. यहाँ also we are feeling cold. अच्छा है.
But sir, वहाँ hotness है आप लोगों की ना. Well, thank you very much. First of all, Karan, उस दिन आपसे बात करने के लिए और बहुत briefly आपने बहुत सही अच्छे से बताया कि क्या-क्या इस फिल्म में देखने को मिल रहा है. तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ऑफ कोर्स पहले वानी से है. एक क्विक क्वेश्चन है क्योंकि करण की फिल्मों में जो फीमेल कैरेक्टर्स होता है केवल फिल्म के लिए नहीं होता है. ऑफ कोर्स स्ट्रॉन्ग पहले भी हमने देखा है, चाहे अग्निपथ हो या ब्रदर्स हो. तो जब ये फिल्म आपको ऑफर हुई वानी, डबल रोल में रणबीर कपूर आपको दिखे होंगे, संजय दत्त, तो ये सोना का कैरेक्टर आपको जब देखा होगा तो इस पूरी भीड़ में आप सोना का कैरेक्टर कितना स्ट्रांग पाती हैं? इतने स्ट्रांग मेल एक्टर्स और कैरेक्टर्स के बीच में जहाँ पल्ली है, शमशेरा है, शुद्ध सिंह है, इसमें सोना कहाँ पर एग्जिस्ट करती है? कितना स्ट्रांग कैरेक्टर है ये?
So I feel जब सारे कैरेक्टर स्ट्रांग होते हैं, it makes the film strong in tonality. तो मैं चाहूंगी कि बाकी सारे कैरेक्टर्स जो है इर्द गिर्द सोना के वो भी उतने ही स्ट्रांग या उससे ज्यादा और इम्पैक्टफुल हों ताकि फिल्म इम्पैक्टफुल बन पाए. आई वुडंट वांट टू शाइन इन अ बैड फिल्म. आई वुड वांट टू शाइन इन माय ओन वे in a film which is worthy of, you know, all that glory. So I feel very grateful कि इतने amazing, brilliant actors के साथ मुझे काम करने का मौका मिला जो मुझे भी as a actor better करता है. I also better my craft. I get that opportunity क्योंकि मैं भी कभी किसी फिल्म स्कूल में नहीं गई हूँ. मेरी सारी लर्निंग डायरेक्टर्स के थ्रू होती है जो वो मुझे सिखाते हैं, जो मैं ऑन सेट सीखती हूँ अपने को एक्टर्स से, डायरेक्टर्स से और लोगों से. तो आई थिंक वो जो एक एनवायरनमेंट होता है that's fruitful or you live it to its best capacity when you have the best of the best around, and I've been very lucky that way. So I think I'm only grateful that he saw me in a team which has the best of the best craftsmen. And Sona, like you said, sir, very rightly put, he doesn't use girls as a proper filler. You know, there's substance to these characters, there's soul to them, there's something that is very relatable, and I hope people can resonate with where she comes from in the film.
Thank you. आपके लिए रणबीर, आपके लिए एक क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ जी.
Of course, करण से बात हो रही थी, जब इसकी स्क्रिप्ट लिखी जा रही थी तो उन्होंने कहा कि आप ही दिमाग में था. जब आपके पास ये स्क्रिप्ट आई तो वो क्या था कि आपने इसको एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि यस मैं करूंगा ये फिल्म शमशेरा?
आई थिंक बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स थे सर, लेकिन जब मैंने स्क्रिप्ट सुनी करण से तो इंस्टिंक्ट था, एक इमीडिएट रिएक्शन था, बहुत खुशी थी, एक सरप्राइज फैक्टर भी था मेरे लिए, क्योंकि ज़्यादातर लोग या डायरेक्टर्स या प्रोड्यूसर्स मुझे इस जॉनर में नहीं देखते, तो ऐसी फिल्में मुझे ज़्यादातर ऑफर नहीं होती. और जब भी ऑफर हुई है, आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू पार्टनर विद द करेक्ट डायरेक्टर, बिकॉज इट्स अ डायरेक्टर्स मीडियम एंड अ जॉनर लाइक दिस ओनली अ डायरेक्टर कैन कैप्चर and make a good film out of it. So I think the opportunity was perfect for me, you know, to partner with Karan on this film. The script I loved. There were two characters. I of course offered myself to play the other character also. I was offered the character of Bali, but I wanted to also play Shamshera. So it just had every factor that I was looking for. You know, it had a great story, great characters, great world. It had a beautiful Sona with a very strong character. It had Sanjay Dutt playing the antagonist. It was about freedom. It was about the freedom of your people, of your tribe, and it was multi-genre. You know, it just had everything.
Thank you so much.
डबल रोल
सर ये
थैंक यू. एक
और तो
बेस्ट डबल रोल की कौन सी फिल्म है?
मेरी
आपको कौन सी फिल्म जो बॉलीवुड की सबसे पसंद है डबल रोल?
मेरी फेवरेट डबल रोल फिल्म होगी आई थिंक स्टार्टिंग विद राम और श्याम. आई मीन उसके कितने रीमेक्स बने. आई हैव ऑल्सो लाइक किशन कन्हैया, आई हैव ऑल्सो लाइक सलमान खान जुड़वा, आई हैव लव्ड सीता और गीता, आई हैव लव्ड अंगूर, और क्या है, चालबाज, बोल राधा बोल.
20-25 की लिस्ट है पूरी.
हाँ, आई मीन वी लव डबल रोल, वी लव डबल रोल फिल्म्स.
That's a USP लोग पसंद करते हैं.
जी.
And good luck for this movie. Of course, न्यूजीलैंड and Fiji के लोग बेसब्री से इंतजार कर रहे हैं आप लोगों की इस मूवी.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Really was a pleasure. अभी हम लोग लिखते तो हैं और बोलते तो हैं फिल्मों के बारे में, आप खुद जाके जरूर देखिएगा. And then we'll be looking forward to your responses as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. Looking forward to what you thought. Thank you.